Three people, one place, the same time, but the flies keep going back to just one person. It's as if they don't even notice the other two. Why? Is that person dirty? No. In fact, even the cleanest person can sometimes become a fly's favorite target. So why him? Is there something different about him? Or are the flies seeing something that we simply can't see? Because the truth may not be what you think. Flies don't just find you for no reason. They are following something you can't even see with your own eyes. Imagine three people sitting in the same place. All three have taken a shower. All three are wearing clean clothes. And the environment around them is exactly the same. Yet after a few minutes, a strange pattern begins to appear. The flies keep circling around one person and repeatedly return to him, while their presence around the other two is much smaller. If this happened only once, it could probably be called a coincidence. But when the same thing keeps happening again and again, it becomes difficult to ignore. Why that one person? Are the flies actually making a choice? Or is there some reason behind their behavior that simply isn't visible at first glance? At first glance, it looks like the flies are simply flying around at random. But if that were true, then why does the same pattern keep showing up again and again? That's what makes this entire mystery so interesting. Because flies don't recognize people the way we recognize each other. They have no idea who you are, yet they seem to spend more time around certain people, while almost completely ignoring others. Which means there has to be some kind of difference, something that keeps pulling their attention in the same direction. And somehow, the flies are able to detect it. And if that's true, then the real question isn't where the flies are flying. The real question is, where are they getting the very first clue from? But if flies are following some kind of hidden clue, then where do they get the very first clue from? Interestingly, it may begin with something we never really pay attention to. Your breath. Every time you breathe out, carbon dioxide spreads into the air around you. You cannot see it. You cannot feel it either. But for many insects, it can be a sign that a living creature is nearby, which means the air around you is not as empty as it looks. There is information in it that can make certain creatures aware of your presence. But the interesting thing is, the story does not end here, because breath alone does not lead flies towards you. But there's one problem. If flies were only following your breath, they would react to almost every person in the same way. But that's not what happens. Some people attract far more attention than others. So where does that difference come from? Part of the answer may be hidden in your body heat. Your body is constantly giving off heat. You can't see it, but it's always there surrounding you. And for many insects, it can be another important clue. Your breath may tell them that a living creature is nearby, but your body heat may help guide them even closer. Still, the story doesn't end here, because beyond your breath and your body heat, there's one more thing that makes every person slightly different, and it may be the most interesting clue of all. But the most interesting part of the story may still be ahead, because every person releases more than just breath and body heat. Your skin is constantly releasing tiny chemical compounds into the air, and surprisingly, every person has a slightly different chemical mix. That means even if two people are sitting in the exact same place, the invisible chemical environment around them isn't exactly the same, and there's more. The tiny microorganisms living on your skin can also influence that chemical mix. Those small differences may attract the attention of some insects more than others. So sometimes, the difference isn't about being dirty, it's about the invisible signals that make every person slightly unique. But if breath, body heat, and these chemical signals are all working together, then why do flies keep returning to that one person out of three? So let's go back to where this all began. Three people, standing in the same place, at the same time, yet the flies kept returning to just one of them. Now we know it wasn't just a coincidence, and it wasn't simply about being dirty. The flies weren't following just one clue, they were reading several different signals at the same time. Your breath, your body heat, and the chemical signals released by your skin. Together, those signals made one person stand out more than the others. That's why, even when several people are in the exact same place, one person may attract much more attention than everyone else. And perhaps the strangest part of this entire story is this. Flies aren't really looking for you. They're simply responding to the invisible signals your body is constantly sending into the world.